Aye, aye, aye. How's it going? I had a break, didn't I? I had a bit of a break from the page. But I've got some good updates. So, first of all, I went to Overeaters Anonymous. I've been to 2 meetings. I've missed the last 2 meetings. One because my parents were down, and the second one last night. I got back from work late and then didn't have any parking money, didn't have the money for, because you kind of donate, and we've got my sister-in-law's kids, so it was a bit crazy. So I might try and get on Tuesday, depending on what time I get out from work. When I first did it, I came out, it kind of brought up quite a lot of emotion really in me, and to be honest, since I've been going, it's been rubbish. But I quite like the group support. And I like some of the ethos, some of it I'm a bit like, but I'll let you read up on yourself really. And it's not a massive group, which is nice. I'm definitely going to go back. I'm going to give it 6 weeks anyway and see how that is. But the other side of it is, I mean, with the Overeaters Anonymous and with the Never Binge Again thing that I was looking at, which I'm still into, it's about abstinence and having 3 meals, or you set your own meals, but you set your own agenda, but 3 meals is a general thing. Having 3 meals that you stick to, and you don't snack and you don't overeat. And I found it really difficult to do. My eating's been worse. I've definitely put more weight on. And it's been a bit out of control. It's kind of through something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Matt, my old personal trainer, came around to see me and said, "I'm watching your videos, and you're saying you want to do a bit of this and a bit of that, and then you're going to do a bit of this and a bit of that. And you're all over the place. Pick one thing and stick to it." And we were talking about the ketogenic diet, the keto diet. Now, I know it's not for everyone. I'm not really bothered what people's opinions are about whether you should have low carbs or high carbs. I'm going to give it a go. Feel like I need a radical intervention. So all week I've been like reading up on it, listening to podcasts, geeking out about it. It's quite complicated, it feels like at the minute, but I'm sure that'll settle down. And I've got like a guide, I've got a meal plan and a shopping list, and I've got all the shopping in today, so I've started today. So this is day 1. I've looked at my macronutrients that I need. I did a macro calculator, and from my weight, my age, my activity levels, I'm going to be having 2,001 calories, around that sort of mark, because the 1 calorie counts, that 2001. Get 125 grams of protein and 25 grams of carbs, just 25 grams of carbs, and 156 grams of fat. Now, it feels weird. The idea of it feels counterintuitive, but I've been looking into it, and I don't know if you know, but I get gout sometimes. I've got my hip problem. Well, this diet is anti-inflammatory, and it's often prescribed, in America at least, by doctors. It's been used since the 1940s for epilepsy, to control epilepsy. But because it's anti-inflammatory, I looked on a gout website, and it alleviates it, completely goes, and stuff like that. So I'm going to give it a go. I think basically your body runs off fat rather than off carbohydrates and sugar. So I've got everything in that I need. I've got a blood monitor. I've even got a blood monitor you can prick your finger and check. So if I do it, if I'm going in, I'm going all in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this week. I'm going to set up a YouTube channel, and I'm going to post every day how it is. So this morning for my breakfast, I've had a bulletproof coffee, which is basically fresh coffee with a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of coconut oil and some cinnamon, and then you kind of blitz it up, and that's your coffee. And to be honest, it sounds puke, and it was actually quite nice. It's kind of nutty sort of taste. I probably want my coffee a little bit stronger. It was a little bit like greasy, but it was a bit like a latte really. But to be honest, it's really nice, and I'm not starving, but it's day 1. And then for my lunch, I've got chicken and broccoli. So it's quite limited, but then I think because I binge eat and I overeat on stuff, and especially carbs, I love it, getting it in. I think I need that kind of like intervention. And it's 60 days. The total thing is 60 days. And then I'm going to do the 60 days and then review at 60 days and decide whether I'm carrying on, or whether I'm going to go for a low carb diet, or whether I go back to kind of like a Slim and Worldy type of thing. But I'm doing the 60 days and I'm doing it strict. This is it, 60 days. I'm going to check my skin, see how bad my skin is, because my eczema is still not great. So I'm going to monitor my skin. I'm going to monitor my energy levels, my brain kind of like fog, and my hip pain, to see if it kind of brings the inflammation down. And then I'm going to see what I'm going to monitor my weight loss, but I want to see if my energy levels up and whether I can get some exercise started to get that done. So I thought a good check-in was due. I'm going to post some more in-depth videos, one about Overeaters Anonymous and my experiences of it, but without talking about anyone there because it's confidential. And I'm going to talk about some of the keto stuff that I've been looking at, some of the questions I've got. And I'm going to start an audio podcast where I can do like longer chats. And when I've done it, I'll let you know. And I'm not really going to promote it, and I'll just see if people find it. But it's a bit like journaling. I just want to kind of talk about some stuff and some things that, you don't do it on a video in a car isn't always appropriate. Anyway, my friends, nice to see you. And even though I can't see you because I'm looking at a phone, but you know what I'm saying. Nice to check in. And if you've done the keto and it's worked, let me know. If you've done the keto and it hasn't worked, don't burst my bubble yet. All right. Adios, amigos.